is a narration by Tales of Terra.
Horus didn't send you, did he?
That means nothing.
It means everything, said the Khan, studying his brother's reaction. Magnus told me how the war stands. Some souls are still to be decided on. There were always those of us on the edge. I was one. You were another. Mortarion snorted.
My legion was at Istvan, so put aside any thoughts that we are not committed. The outcome is already determined, and your choice is simple: preservation or destruction. Come, Jaghatai. You've never even believed in unity. You saw through it even when Gilliman was lecturing us all to tears, back when there was still Xenos standing between our father and the galaxy's edge.
Then tell me the alternative.
A galaxy of warriors,
said Mortarion.
A galaxy of hunters, where the strong are given their freedom. A galaxy in which there is no dead hand at the tiller, constraining us, lying to us.
And all this led by Horus. Mortarion shrugged.
He's the start. He is the champion, the sacrificial king. He may burn himself out to get to Terra. He may not. Either way, there will be room for others to rise. You should never have thrown your lot in with the angel, brother, let alone Magnus. I hated to see it, the three of you getting dragged in deeper. I always thought you'd break away, see through it, get tired of the hypocrisy.
They were never hypocrites.
No.
Mortarion exhaled a parched laugh.
I hoped you'd have understood them sooner. It's the warp, Jaghatai. Our father tried to pretend it wasn't there, as if he weren't already up to his elbows in its soul-sucking filth. It should have been cordoned off, put away, forgotten about. It's not for us. It's a sickness, a blight.
Mortarion became agitated. He calmed down slowly, wheezing through his gas-shrouded mask. The Khan heard a faint hiss, and guessed at what kind of suppressants had been shunted into his bloodstream. I see what has happened, he said quietly. Mortarion cocked his head.
Oh.
You were always sincere, I will give you that, said the Khan. You never hid what you wanted. I can guess how you thought it would go. First, hobble the sorcerers, silence the witches, drive them out, and rule passes to the uncorrupted, the healthy. That was your great project. You even told me of it that day on Ulanor. I thought back then that they were empty threats, but I should have known. You do not make empty threats. As the Khan spoke, Mortarion's mask-locked expression remained inscrutable. Every so often, his eyes would go filmy, or his finger would twitch. There was a kind of febrile energy about him, spilling out of the cracks, just as the noxious fumes did. The Khan went on. But it has gone wrong, hasn't it? You have completed your great mission, but there are more sorcerers than ever. Horus has sponsored them. Lorgar has shown them new tricks. If Magnus has not already made up his mind, then he soon will. And then you will be surrounded. You've destroyed the Librarius, only to find the witches are now untrammeled. They played you well. You have done their work for them. And soon you will be dragged into it yourself, as warp-sick as they are.
You think that?
I see it perfectly. Magnus showed me. Your legion may be free of it for now, but the change will come. You made your pacts, and now they will come to collect. You fool! Mortarion stiffened. His eyes blazed with anger for a second, quickly quelled.
You do not.
And that is why you came to find me, said the Khan. You've run out of friends. Who will stand with you against the Ether Weathers now? Angron? What an ally. Kurz? Good luck. The Khan gazed at Mortarion disdainfully. You've tasted the fruits of treachery and found them bitter. Don't drag me into your ruin. You're on your own, brother. Mortarion's expression fractured behind the mask, shifting into an enraged snarl, disfiguring rapidly. Silence quivered, and he took half a step forward, his free fist clenching.
I came to give you a choice,
Mortarion said, keeping his voice under control with some difficulty.
Half your legion are already declared for Horus. The others will follow wherever you order them. Our father's time is over. You can be a part of the order that replaces him.
The Khan smiled. A cold smile, imperious in its contempt. A new emperor. Mortarion glared back at him, though he could not hide the doubt.
Why not? Why should it not be you?
The Khan nodded, finally understanding. Or you. Why not indeed? He drew closer, noticing for the first time the discoloration of the skin around the edge of his brother's rebreather. How long had he worn it? I'll tell you why. Because we were never the empire builders. We were the outriders. You chafed at it. I embraced it. Mortarion began to back away. As he did so, silence crackled into life, sparking with green-tinged energy. The Death Shroud lowered their scythes in a combat posture.
Then you will not be persuaded,
said Mortarion, his filtered voice sunken into a surly growl.
A shame. I invested much energy to save you, brother. I shall take no pleasure in your destruction.
Behind the Khan, the Keshig readied their blades. And there is the difference between you and me, said the Khan, moving his dhow into guard. By the time I make my kills, I am always laughing.